The first stone strikes the roof before you understand the sound. You are 27, a freeborn cloth finishing worker in Pompeii, standing in a workshop near the Via Abbondanza shortly after midday in the autumn of AD 79. Wet wool hangs from wooden frames. Outside, porters and customers have stopped in the street and are looking north. Above Vesuvius, a dark column rises higher than any cloud you have seen. Fine ash begins to settle on the tiles. Your objective is to leave Pompeii through Porta Stabia and keep moving southwest into open country before darkness, roof failure, and blocked roads remove the chance. You do not know this is a volcanic eruption. Earthquakes are familiar here, and buildings still carry repairs from earlier shocks. A strange cloud signals danger, but not its reach or duration. You have no horse, cart, servant, or official warning. You have leather sandals, a wool mantle, a small water flask, bread in a shoulder bag, and a folded wool pad from the workshop. You know the southern streets. The city is still inhabited and working. Shops remain open. Goods still move. Leaving means abandoning wages and authority before anyone can prove that ordinary life will not resume. The workshop owner orders everyone to move the cloth inside and secure the shutters. You can leave immediately while the streets remain clear, or stay briefly, protect the work, and collect what you are owed. Both choices make sense with what you know. You stay. For 20 minutes you carry wet wool away from the open court. The sound on the roof becomes continuous. Pale pumice begins bouncing into the street. The owner stops giving orders. You take the flask, bread bag, mantle, and wool pad. Waiting has preserved your few possessions, but it has spent the safest part of your evacuation window. The Via dell'Abbondanza has divided into conflicting currents. A loaded cart catches a wheel between paving stones. A household drags bedding toward an open doorway. Workers still carry goods while others push south. The city has not emptied. It is losing agreement about what safety means. Pumice rolls beneath your sandals. Ash enters your mouth. You place the wool pad over your head and move southwest. Then a roof fails behind you. The street jumps. Dust and broken tile burst through a doorway, forcing people into the same narrowed space. The danger is no longer only what falls from the sky. Every delay increases the weight above the streets and the number of bodies competing for the exits. Near the junction with Via Stabiana, you must choose a route. The direct road to Porta Stabia is familiar, and the gate is still visible, but carts and evacuees are compressing the approach. Turning southeast toward Porta Nocera may avoid the worst crowd, but it is longer, less familiar, and could close before you reach it. You take the direct route to Porta Stabia. You pull the mantle across your mouth and your left hand on the bread bag, while your right supports the wool pad. The water flask remains tied at your right hip. The choice preserves direction, not speed. Each obstruction now matters, because the gate ahead is becoming the last route you can still judge with your own eyes. You enter Porta Stabia before full darkness. The vaulted passage is crowded, but still open. People and animals move south through the same narrow axis. Pumice has gathered against the inner approach, and the city behind is disappearing into ash and failing roofs. You cross the outer threshold and look back once. The gate remains physically passable, but return is no longer a real option. The road behind leads into deeper deposits, collapsing structures, and opposing movement. Outside the walls, you drink part of the warm, gritty water and eat while walking. Your shoulders ache. The road toward Stabiae still exists, but the crowd is taking its speed away. Late in the night, evacuees begin stopping beneath roadside porticos, farm roofs, and villa structures. Remaining with them offers direction, company, and immediate rest. Continuing into open, cultivated ground means poor footing, darkness, and the risk of losing your bearing. It also removes the loaded roofs above you and keeps distance increasing. You leave the roadside buildings and follow the southwest bearing into fields and orchards. You finish the water. The empty flask stays tied to your belt. The bread bag is lighter. Ash coats your hair, mantle, and sandals. Before dawn, the eruptive column begins collapsing in destructive pulses. Hot ash and gas currents overrun Pompeii, filling streets, houses, courtyards, and rooms. The structures that promised shelter become part of the lethal environment. From open ground farther southwest, you see darkness spread over the city. You cannot know whether another current will reach you. Could you survive Pompeii's final day? On this path, survival is plausible but not secure. You leave before the heaviest roof failures, pass Porta Stabia while it remains usable, and refuse to stop beneath increasingly loaded structures. Your objective is achieved. You are outside Pompeii and still mobile when the city's final destructive phase arrives. Your costliest decision was obeying the workshop owner. Your best decision was preserving a route you could still read. Leaving the roadside shelters increased distance, but it also traded company and orientation for exposure. This does not make Stabiae or higher ground automatically safe. The wider territory was also devastated. Your exact position, the reach of each current, footing, darkness, and chance still decide the result. You controlled when you moved. Pompeii controlled the exits. Vesuvius controlled the deadline.